Alright, welcome. In this video we're going over episodes 11 through 15 of the martial poetry series for the applications of the movements. So the first application for the first movement is tiger catches the lamb and tiger catches the wolf. So this one's very simple. So he's going to attack, right? This is going to attack towards him. So it's basically like I'm going to cover over his attack. So he comes in, this is like an inward circle block, and then I press inwards towards his body to pin this to him. So I'm not just trying to control his arm, right? I'm trying to control his body. You can see how now I got control of him, right? When you can do this, then I soften here and I sink my weight into him. This is because the tiger doesn't just bat you with his arms, doesn't bat you with his paws. It will lunge onto you. It will press its weight into you. So make sure you get this idea. So he goes to attack, I press into him. Then the follow-up is the strike, which can come up under the chin. And then the way that we do it in the Ma family, so in Hungar, there's a couple ways that we do it. I jab towards the eyes and then I pull it down. So like I jab into the skull and then I pull down inside the skull. Or you can strike here. Or another way that they did it is that you go for the eyes and then like a 1-inch punch kind of thing to the chin. The way that we do it in the Ma family is it comes up and then over the top, because it's meant to strike like this and then come over for the eyes, like so. And then, of course, because the difference between tiger catch the lamb and tiger catch the wolf is tiger, when you are with the wolf, there's a pack, so there's multiple opponents, right? So I would maybe with this one opponent, so I'm already engaging with my other opponent here, making sure that I keep watch over him as I'm finishing off this one. So that's the idea. So that episode of 12 is now going into the sick fist idea of the narcoleptic. So this one is the fun one. So it's this movement where you go to sleep. So he goes to strike. This first part is yawn. This is the, this is the big stretch, right? So he goes to attack, stretch. The yawn is where I bite into his arm. And so he can see, right? Where I'm biting. So it's all, I'm already biting into his arm. And then from here, I'm here. So this is the go to sleep. So you smack him, and now that you already control his head, he can't see what you're doing, so you bite him, and then you choke him here, and this is where you go to sleep. You just tighten the forearm against his throat, and then you go to sleep while he goes to sleep. So that's the idea with that one. It's a fun one. I've done it to a few people in sparring. It's fun. All right, 13th episode is Bung Tren. So Bung Tren from Xingyiquan. So this is very typical, like a straight punch, right? Going straight in, usually to the solar plexus or just to the throat. But the idea is that you could also be using the pulling in hand. So he could be attacking, and I will use the equal and opposite reactions, right? So I get this pulling, pushing, at the same time that my foot drives into the ground to give this kind of power that goes downwards that then reverberates back upwards. So you see he attacks, right? This all happens all at once. Another way you could look at it, if he's going for my solar plexus with a punch, right? I cut over a top. So you can see here, I cut over, and because of the way that I'm cutting at an angle, if his punch is coming straight towards the camera here, so you can see the punch here coming here, if you cut over the top like this, it will cause this reaction where you see his arm is moved to the side and directed away. This is what we call wedging. You create a wedge and then you divert their attack off of it. So he goes to punch, right? I attack while wedging at the same time, and then this hand is here to make sure that if it happens to get in, you can still deflect this out of the way. But the big idea is that I cut his attack and attack at the same time, and then I can follow up afterwards. In case he has to do anything funny with that other hand, right? I can just use this as a block and then straight in. So that's Bung Tren. Next we have Repulse Monkey from Yang style Taiji and Chen style Taiji. So I have a couple of different variants I want to show for this one. First variant is very much like a retreating from someone who's attacking. So let me back up a little bit so we can get some room. So he's going to come in with punches, and every time he goes to punch, I'll cut over the attack, right? So the idea here is that I'm not just going to, as he attacks, block like this, because you can see he's getting closer, he's gaining ground on me. But I want to, every one of these has to threaten. So as he goes in for the next one, right? It's the same kind of thing with Bung Tren, you cut over the attack. So as he attacks, I cut over and attack, cut over and attack. With this, moving backwards, you're still threatening them forwards. Because if you only move backwards and you don't threaten them, then they're just going to steamroll right over you. You never want to have the tide of battle flowing against you. So with this, it's like you're losing tide of battle, and then you just keep the advantage in your favor. So if the advantage is coming out of your favor, you try to reverse the tide right back at him. Another way of looking at this is like he grabs your wrist. So one kind of lock you could say from here is this is the this part of the movement where you come here. So this is I can threaten towards the eyes, and then this becomes a lock, and this comes over the top. This could either be done moving forward, or if he's advancing on you, moving backwards, right? But his idea is that this threatens him, or at the very least gets to here to this lock, where I can then grab and then roll this over, or smack him right here. You could also look at this as like a shoulder throw. So he goes to attack. This is me here, and then you can keep on attacking him. So one more time for that, right? So I lever him over my arm. It's essentially like I put a pole through this part of my shoulder, through my foot, and I rotate everything around that pole. So as I step behind, everything rotates. So that's Repulse Monkey from Yang Style Taiji and Chen Style Taiji. Then we have Lion Rules the Ball from Bagua, which is also known in other styles as Dragon Rules the Pearl. Okay, so the traditional way in Baguazhang, you'll see them walk in a circle like this, and they might change to the other side. So this can be seen as like he goes to attack. I use this as like an armbar. I could use it like this or like this, and then he might attack with the other hand over top. And then I follow this way. So he might start with one, right? And then he might attack with the other, and then you just keep reversing on him. Okay? You can also use this as like a attack, so he goes to attack. I sneak this underneath, hide it in the shadow of his own arm to attack, or I might attack on the inside gate, like here, and then if he wants to attack with the other hand, right, I just simply switch. This could be a chop, stabbing, or punching, so he could attack. This could be an uppercut, and then uppercut, right? All right, come underneath to attack there. So that's Lion Rules the Ball from Bagua, or Dragon Rules the Pearl. Thank you very much. See you in the next episode.